Welcome to Malvero Gaming. I hope that you enjoy the upcoming video and that it somehow makes your day a little bit better. We might have some funny moments, we might have some learning moments, but most importantly, we're going to be enjoying fun video games. You're welcome to follow us on Twitch so that you don't miss any of our upcoming live streams that happen every week. Let's get started. Day 13. Let's do the alternate ending. You ready? Is everybody ready? Buckle your seatbelts. Let's see what day 13 is going to give us. Well, actually, you know what? Wait, hold on a second. Maybe I can do something else. Maybe I can rig something up here. Let's do this instead. Okay, this is the ending. The alternate ending. He gives you a chance. Ready? Let's take the other chance. And then we fall. We fall down. Nope, we broke our leg. We need a bandage from 7 Days to Die. We sprained our ankle. No, from last night. So this is like a cellar, but the curious thing is, look at how far that bad boy goes down. You can't really even see it yet, but you'll no longer be done. Oh, be alone. My bad. Be alone. And then the curious thing is, every time we go down, it lights up, and look at all this blood. More and more blood. Then by the time we go down these levels, let your family in. Let them in. And then we go down more and more bloods. Blood and more blood. And then smash the mirrors. So the grandma... oh, look at all this blood. Now, it should be noted that at the mirrors, which was day 12, our dream state, the grandma said, "Don't let us out. Don't let us out." So grandma, it appears she lost her bet with the devil. Oh, crap. That still, like, startled me. And the funny thing is, I did this last night. And this fall still startled me. Look at that drop from there. And so there's going to be 4 mirrors, right? Each representing a member of our family. And I'll call them out and then once everything starts here. Okay, so this is the grandma that killed our parents. So us that killed our parents, right? So the grandma killed the parents. So she is like whacked out. And then this is the dad, I believe. Yes, the father. There's not a lot about him. And then the mother. Oh, nope, my bad, the brother. This was our older brother, the detective, that got killed recently. And then this is the mom. Now, last episode, Sophia drowned the grandma, drowned the father, drowned the brother, and then let mom out. I'm not going to tell you what happened, but it wasn't good. So this time we're going to do it differently. And my light is still flickering. Ever since I've started playing this game, my light in my office flickers. It's like weird. Never used to do that. I don't know. I think my home knows that we're playing a scary game, and it's like, let's contribute to your experience. Let's flicker the lights. Let me send off one more Discord message. And then we're going to jump into 7 Days to Die after this. So, all right, grandma killed our parents. Grandma's done. Grandma's done. You toast. I don't have anything against the dad, but I think the grandma is trying to stop like a greater evil, even worse than herself. And so she says, "Don't let any of us out." So we're going to drown the dad. The dad's done. Going on to the brother, the detective that got murdered. Brother is done. And then Sophia let the mom out, right? She let the mom out. Tonight, the alternate ending is we're going to drown the mother. So all of the family members are staying dead. We're not letting anything out of these mirrors. So we're about ready to drown the mother. This, I believe, is the second ending. So I think the first ending is a greater evil gets out of the mirror, right? So that's the last episode that we did. And then this episode, the alternate ending is keeping all the family members dead behind the mirror. So we're going to drown the mother and see what happens, how it changes the ending. All right, you ready? Everybody ready? Here we go. Uh-oh. 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 Oh, no. Oh! Oh, it got sucked back into that mirror. Woo! My lights are flickering. They're like going crazy right now. Like, no joke, in real life, my lights are going crazy right now. In my office. It's like whacked out. Okay, alright. Solitude. Alright, what is the Oh. It's not that I have too much power being drawn. All I have is my laptop, like 2 devices, and a fan, and that's it. I like the music, though. Maybe we'll get Sophia on chatting about her review, because I don't think she's here right now. Yeah, she's not here. Okay. Alright, so what is Mal's thoughts on this game? So let's break it down into several components. Let's break it down into, how about graphics, audio, game mechanics, just kind of making it up as I go, mechanics, storyline, and then ending that deserves its own category. Okay, so graphics. A beautiful game. Beautiful game. When we were in this game, such an attention to detail. Goodness. The green dinosaur was the rock star of the whole thing. If it wasn't for the green dinosaur, this game would have been nothing. No, all joking aside. Yeah, beautiful graphics. Beautiful graphics. The shading, the shadows, the lighting. It gave off like scary, creepy old house. So the graphics on a 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5. Audio. So you can kind of hear like we're standing near a window, so we hear the wind, right? We hear like the little environmental effect, like the music playing, right? the ominous music. We stand next to this, right? Whether it be in the game, you're in day 1, day 5, day 10, day 13, and you hear like breathing, and you hear dogs barking, you hear breathing, and it just ramps the anxiety, right? Just ramps the anxiety. Could they have done anything more with the graphics? No, they did great with the graphics. I was perfectly content. There wasn't any place in this game where I felt they were stingy on the graphics. Nowhere. I mean, look at this, right? Look at this. There's a bug that's crawling down the wall. Now, is the bug crawling down the wall important in this game? No, not a bit. But that's the level of attention. A bug crawling down the wall. Mice scratching at the doors. Graphics, nothing. I wouldn't ask for anything else. Audio, top notch. The music, constantly changing. Would there be anything else that I would change with audio? It has the ominous music. It has the breathing. It has the screams. It has the growls. It has real life noise, whether it be the wind or a dog barking outside or rats scratching at a wall or at a door. 5 out of 5 audio. Nothing about the audio says like cheap. It's great. Game mechanics. So when I say game mechanics, I'm talking about, what am I talking about? I'm talking about the ritual, right? So the ritual candle. I'm talking about the map room. I'm talking about the zodiac wheel. I'm talking about the tarot cards or the runes. There is a little bit of a learning curve. There are instructions. So every portion of these mechanics have like an instruction manual that's stationary at the station, right? It's there. So if you get stuck, you go to the instruction book and you turn the page of the book. There is a little bit of a learning curve, especially with the zodiac wheel. But again, there's manuals. Do they work properly? Do they have like some events that are tied with them? Yes. Would I make game mechanics differently? No, because each accomplish something. So for example, the ritual candle, you need to have a connection to the spirit world so you can do like these rituals. The map room tells you where a person is, dead or alive, at a certain time, a point in time. The zodiac tells time of death. The tarot card tells the connection to, I'm sorry, there's also dowsing rods. So that tells you like characteristics of the killer. The tarot cards tell a connection to the killer or to the survivor. The runes tell a secret of the killer or survivor. Would I change anything with game mechanics? If it's a younger player, well, the first thing that comes to mind is why are they playing a scary game like this? But setting that off to the side, there's a little bit of learning curve with the zodiac wheel. All the others are so straightforward. And there's manuals. If they weren't like manuals at each of the stations, I'd dock it points. But in terms of possibility, 5 out of 5. Yeah, the only way they could make it better is if they introduced more like ritualistic mechanics, like an expansion to the game or something. I got in trouble for not welcoming. I don't see when you You didn't. Oh, there she is. What the mess, Mal? The bugs are important? No, they aren't important. And welcome, Sophia. Since the one time I'm not looking at my phone, then she like goes into chat. So welcome, Sophia. I don't want to be in Sophia's doghouse. So welcome, Sophia. Hope you're having a wonderful night. How was your day? What kind of ice cream do you like? And maybe Sophia will chime in just a minute. So storyline. So mechanics 5 out of 5. The only way that it could go better is if they added more mechanics to the game. Great. The instruction manuals at each of the workstations or each of the rooms, that made up for any learning curve. That's perfect. Storyline, each day it's a little challenge, and the next day is a little bit more challenge, and then the next day we learn like a new ritual, and each one of the days adds a more complex step or a new ritual to the game, and you're learning more about your grandma. You're learning about the evil that's affecting your town. See, like my chat overlay is not showing up in game. This game doesn't work. It doesn't play nice with Twitch. I'm good. Favorite ice cream is strawberry with fresh strawberries. Nice. And so storyline. It's good. I like that at the beginning of every mystery you can read about the victims and the suspects. Just a little bit to give you a little flavor text. Storyline. Do I say 4 out of 5? The one thing is, I wish there was more days. Like if I was the developers, the way to make it better, okay, I like that this game is actually scary, right? Or that Mal got scared more particularly. Yes. So I wish there was more days. 13 days. There's no replayability. None. So if you play this game and you follow like each of my live streams, you know exactly what the evidences are. You know exactly who the killer is. That never changes. There's no randomness. So the fact that there's no randomness that makes this game replayability, I like the increasing complexity, each day being more difficult and more rituals being opened up, but I can't give it a 5 because there's not a random gen mode, which means once you've played this game, you've played it. What are you going to do? Go back and pretend you haven't like solved the mystery already? To me, that's a deal killer. It doesn't get a 5. I'm giving it a 4 out of 5. The only way they could remedy that is if they created like a new mode where they added days. Like, okay, you solved your grandma's mystery. You solved who murdered your parents. You solved the evil of this town. Okay, chapter 2 is you're going to take your skill set and you're going to go solve the problems of some other town. And then there's all new characters. A new evil facing another town, or you move, like the evil is chasing you, and you've left to another town to solve the problems of another town. That could make up for it, because then they could release new days, right? A new version. But I'm not sure if this game is dead or not. I saw on stream that, or on Steam rather, that the last update was like in late 2022. So I don't know if they're fixing bugs. Not that I noticed any bugs. I don't know if they're adding to the game. I wish they would. So 4 out of 5. The fact that it's only one playthrough and then it's done. You know, if you go right now, if you go on websites that show like the viewership and the streamers, there is 0 streamers on this game. This game is deader than dead. This game is deader than Elvis because they don't have any new additional. There's no randomness. It's a one playthrough. It's a one trick pony. So that being said, 4 out of 5 on the storyline. Ending, you knew before you dropped, you knew who the killer. You knew the grandma was the killer. And you knew you're either following your grandma's advice and leaving everybody in the mirrors, right? And stopping the evil, like our last playthrough, what we just saw. Or you ignore the advice from grandma and you let someone out, like Sophia let out the mom, right? So we let mom out, and then the evil got out through the mirror. So even before the cutscenes, I already had anticipated there's only two ways this can go: is we stop the evil and we close up all the mirrors permanently, or we open the mirrors and then the evil gets out and then the whole world comes crumbling down. So it's a very predictable ending, and there's only two endings. Maybe there's more alternate endings that I'm not. Maybe if I let out the grandma, there's a different ending, or maybe if I let out the brother or the dad. I'll have to investigate that. But with what I know right now, as predictable as I saw the ending being, I'm giving it a 2 out of 5. And I'm willing to like ease off that and give it like a 3 out of 5 if there's more endings than just the 2. And then a new category that I just thought of: jump scare. I'll admit I've played a lot. I've probably played maybe 100 plus hours. No, that seems like a lot. 50 plus hours, maybe even 75 plus hours in Phasmophobia. This is scarier than Phasmophobia, but once you get used to the type of jump scares, it's more manageable. But even up to day 13, there's like different ways that the jump scares manifested. So considering every day kind of ramped it up, the first time Red Room showed up, oh my goodness, I'm giving it a 6 out of 5 because through the entire playthrough, it kept me on my toes. Okay, all right, let me catch up with Sophia. She says bugs are important. She thinks that the bugs... Where are there more bugs? I saw one crawl down there. There's another bug over there. Well, maybe it's just because they're nature. So nature is important. And she says, I'm... Okay, then she said strawberry ice cream. I like that this game is scary. Okay, so here's a question for you, Sophia. Is it scary from a viewer perspective, or just the fact that it scared Mal good was enough? The fact that Mal got smoked, that's enough of a scare. We'll give Sophia a chance to respond. So the scariness is me being scared, or you, the viewer, like also getting jump scared? Now we're doing Sophia review. Both. Scared because I was seeing the jump scare too. Okay, so I'm sure she enjoyed watching Mal. And this would have been the game where if I wasn't anxious and didn't care about video cameras, this would have been like a perfect game for like me, like live streaming my face. I don't anticipate going down that road, but that would be a perfect for this type of game. Okay, and then what else? Yeah, but that doesn't affect the game. The bugs don't affect the game. That's just an update needed. Do you think the randomness would make it another game like Phasmophobia? Yes, it would. I believe it would. But here's the deal: is if you can only play through once, why play it? Why keep on playing it? I know, like, the ghosts in Phasmophobia. I know the jump scares. I know the rooms. This is one house, right? And there's only so many, like, jump scare events. But if there's no other days to solve, this game's dead. There's nothing else. You need the randomness, whether it makes it a Phasmophobia look-alike or not. Because right now, one playthrough and it's done. And this is an older game, which means like all the big live streamers have already done like playthroughs of this game like a long time ago. So I'm like super late to the party, and there's 0 live streamers. There was like, yeah, I think the website said there was like one in the last 9 days, which was probably me, probably. Um, and then yes, so I answered your question. I do think that if they had a randomness mode, that it would make it more like Phasmophobia, but they have to do something, otherwise their game is dead, right? Because some people, they're not even going to play the game. They enjoy watching other people play the game. So once they watch like an ISOM or a Markiplier or some other big live streamer playthrough, they're like, oh, I saw the game, I've seen it all, and then it's done. Then the game dies. Yeah, but do you think it would have a chance if it transitioned to like Phasmophobia? Well, it doesn't have a chance now. Who's gonna buy it? There's no replayability. I mean, do you just buy the game just so it's in your collection? I did it because I like scary games and I'd never seen any footage on it, limited footage, I should say. And I thought, yeah, let's go for it. But what are you gonna do? Are you gonna do one playthrough and hang up the cleats and call it a day and say, oh, I played once and that's all that we're gonna do? Another option would be, what about if they interacted with the environment? Do you remember how there was a part in day 12 when all the rabbit eyes went red? Maybe if they added like a hide and go seek where you had to like find a clue and then find the cursed object to like stop the evil or something like that, where you had to like follow the clues to find out what to like find, and then you pick up the cursed object and do a ritual on it or something. The whole point of it is that I think the game's dead. It's a beautiful game, beautiful graphics game, beautiful audio, great, but its storyline is weaker because it doesn't have any random mode, and its ending is very predictable, and all the big live streamers have already done playthroughs, so this game is dead in its current form. So, all right, let me go back to chat. See what I don't think randomizing would change the game a lot. I agree with you. I don't think it would change the game a lot. But even having new little mysteries, like more days, like you move, like maybe you create a new house, a new map. A new map would breathe life into this game. Or if you had different days solving different mysteries. They got to do something, otherwise there's no hope for this game. And even like a random mode would be better than what it's currently in. One playthrough and then done? No. That's the reason why Inscription died. Inscription was like a CCG game that just blew up. It was so popular for like a month. But then it had one playthrough and then you knew like all the mysteries of the game. And there is a mod. You can play like infinite mode, but the game is like dead now. Now you see it like 50% off, 60% off, or whatever, because the game's dead. So in its current form, this game is dead. And even if they had add days or add mystery days, or you add a new map, or you add a new mode, like where maybe you have to find a secret cursed object around the house or something, they have to do something to add some kind of variety to the game. Otherwise, it's dead. Because even being a Phasmophobia clone, and you know the jump scares, you know the rooms, you know how to do all the rituals, and it's just repeatable like Phasmo is. Well, Phasmo still has a player base, because even though there are recurring thoughts and recurring concepts and evidences. Every match can play a little bit different. This game doesn't have that. All right, so you give the entire game a 4.4 out of 5. What about graphics? On a graphics 0 to 5, what do you think about the graphics? How good the game looks? So what do you think about the graphics? 5. So she agrees, like great graphics. What about audio? Like the ambient noise. Like right now, I can hear flies. Like flies around the blood, right? So you can see the flies by the light, right? So what about the audio? Out of 5. 5 on the audio. What about the game mechanics? How easy it is to learn and use and reliable using the different rituals. The game mechanics is like the tarot cards or the runes or the dowsing rods or the zodiac wheel, the map room. The bugs, she gives the bugs a 5. Nice. What about the storyline? Do you like how every day gives a little bit more story about the evil that is facing the town, or you learn more about your grandma, or what about the storyline? Because it's hard to learn, but they're super creative. Yes, I agree. And storyline 3. She even gives it a lower score than me. What didn't you like about the storyline? So 3 out of 5, that's a lower score than I gave, which is fine. But why do you think the storyline is weaker than like a 4? Is it just that you got these magical powers like your grandma and you're solving these mysteries and boring? There's not enough variety. There isn't. What made the 3? I should have done this review on Discord, but Sophia doesn't like talking. She must be shy or something like that. So I have to do it over chat. I didn't get it much. Okay, so you didn't get the storyline. So you didn't follow it. You were just kind of like tagging along as I'm solving the mystery, but you're not following all the details or reading all the messages from the brother at the start of the day. Okay, so from a viewer perspective, she's saying 3 out of 5 because she might not have read all the opening notes for every day, and so thus she might have missed some details. She's just tagging along. Okay, that's reasonable. What about the ending? So there's 2 endings. You let mom out of the mirror and the evil got out, and then today's we put everybody down and the evil got stuck in the mirror and pulled back into the abyss. So far 2 endings that we know of. What about the ending? Oh, she wouldn't have read it anyway. She's like, nah. The ending is okay. So is that like a 3? Is okay? Okay. So in the paranormal, mirrors are often associated with portals or gates. So, yeah, the mirrors are like portals. So portals let evil spirits in and out, right? They're the gate that lets spirits into the natural realm. So the fact that there's blankets over all the mirrors, that's the grandma trying to keep demons and evil spirits from getting into the natural realm. So the mirrors are portals or gateways in the paranormal realm. They're basically doors for spirits. Okay, so the ending was okay. So we'll assume Sophia means like a 3. It's not good, it's not great, it's just okay. It's not bad, it's not poor, it's just okay. So that's a 3, probably a 3. All right, and what about jump scares? You said you like the jump scares. 5 out of 5? 4 out of 5? I mean, Mal didn't have a heart attack, so is it a 5 out of 5? Okay, well let's actually look at the people in the mirrors. Let me jump down. Okay, let me jump down a bit. It's gonna drop me down. I'll tell you the people in the mirrors. We'll load up. We're there right now. So now all of the mirrors are gonna load up. So what do you think about the jump scares? I mean, it definitely got me a few times, right? So a 5. Okay, so she gave 5 out of 5. I gave 6 out of 5 because they gave me new jump scares all the way through day 13, which when you're playing a horror game, it's expected that you have recurring jump scares, but the fact that they kept on introducing new things, bonus points for the developers. So, Sophia, the people in the mirror. This is Grandma, right? So she's the one who originally had the gift, right? And she's the one who also killed our parents. So it would appear that she was trying to stop this evil, but she sacrificed our parents so that she could raise us as a kid, ensuring that we'd stop the evil when she dies. So she was trying to stop the greater evil, but she did an evil in the process. So that's Grandma. In this mirror right here, this is Grandma. This is the dad, right? It tells you, like, the father. So this is the dad. This is your dad that got murdered with the mustache. And then the third mirror is the brother, the older brother who's the law enforcement. So he's the one that's been sending you notes like every day with like cases for you to solve. But then he got murdered. Like I think day 11 or 12. So he got killed by the evil one, right? The big evil. But he was a detective. But he didn't believe in the spirit realm. He was skeptic. And then here's Mom, the one that you let out of the mirror, right? So it's all 4 of your family members. It's your mom, your dad, your brother, and your grandma. So the people in the mirrors are all your family members.